Right, so I'm going to use a beauty blender. Not many people know that you have to wet a beauty blender. So wet it under the tap and then give it a little dry in a towel or a flannel. And that's when you use a beauty blender. If you use it dry, the beauty blender absorbs all the foundation and you've hardly got any left on there to use. So it's a waste of money on the foundation part. So I'm going to put a little bit of the Merit. This is the Merit, the Uniform. Number 16, it's really lovely. It's an SPF 15. It's got a lovely bit of glow in it. But I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the new Erborian CC cream, which is gorgeous. Let me just put it on the back of my hand. Right, so put the foundation on the back of the hand and then dab in, okay? And a beauty blender is meant to be dabbed or, bounced on the skin, not rubbed on the skin. So you can see already this side to this side. I do love using a brush and I never really use beauty blenders, but now that we're selling them, I've got used to it and it's actually quite nice. It's really nice. If you could always put your foundation on with a brush first and then go over with this because it blends seamlessly. Whereas sometimes with a brush, I mean rarely, but sometimes you can get brush marks. I know a lot of the younger girls love to contour with a sponge. They'll use the pointy end to get under here and do that big streak up here. And then use the fatter end as the bouncy area for the cheeks and the bigger parts of the face. Right, so I'm going in with that there. I'm then going to use the new contour brush, okay? So I'm going to use number 7 Cream Soft Glow bronzer. I'm going to use the flat end first of all to get it over my cheek. Okay, but then I'm going to use the chiseled end, this end here, look at that, to bring it down from the top of my ear down to give me a little bit of shadow here that creates that cheekbone. Always blend, remember. Don't want any streaks. So down there like that, but blend it all in. Okay, you can also use this to just chisel under your jaw like this. It just takes away the jowls, giving yourself that shadow there. And then normally I like a little dusting with the kabuki just over the forehead, down the nose and the chin. So it's sun-kissed. Okay, so I'm going to use the Bristle Cream Blusher Brush by Mario. Blusher, cream blusher. Love this brush. It's one of my faves because it only absorbs the right amount. You don't look like Aunt Sally. If you used a denser brush, you'd have massive, big red cheeks. I do love blush. You know how much I love blush. Okay, so that's this one. So it's like a stippling brush. What am I going to use? I'm going to use my brow brush. Put on some brows. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Dip in brown. The Donna May LED 3 light mirror, magnified mirror. Need this to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to draw under the brow and then down, and then I push that colour up and in. So it kind of smears that line. Okay, use the other end to just brush the colour through. So up. I do love the neat line that it gives you. Brush the colour through, and then use the other end to brush it through. I'm going to put on the Milk mascara, Kush High Roll mascara. Really like this one. It's just really nice. It's a nice clean finish, but nice and black. No droppage. I'm going to use a tiny bit of concealer on the inside. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer. The tiny end of the concealer brush on that little blood vessel I've got in there. And where it's a bit dark, okay? Be fussy about where you put your concealer, ladies, over 45. Wherever you put it, it will sit in any lines. So this is great because it's a tiny little brush. You can be really specific with it. Okay. Orange, red, lippy. And don't forget to do this. Tiny bit more on the cheek. Tiny, tiny little bit. That just brings a little bit of a continuity, a little bit of slimming of the face when you've got that triangular pattern, the same colour here. That is me done. That is my everyday makeup. I normally do it a lot quicker, but I was filming. Let me take my little Donna May hair clips out. Look, they're so cute. Hold on a minute. So cute, they've got a little lip on. The grey hair's still under there, look at that. There we go. That is me. See you later.